It's Shayla here, and this is Life with Shayla TV. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you'll scroll on back and watch a couple others. Also, be sure to hit that red subscribe button and click the little notification bell so that when I put out new videos, which is every Tuesday as of right now, you'll be notified. Now, for those of you who already subscribed, my loyal people, I did not put a video out last Tuesday and maybe the Tuesday before because of the holiday. I was just chilling, relaxing, trying to get my life together and enjoy some relaxation coming into the new year. And I'm always saying get my life together. It's not that my life isn't together or that it's like, it's just an easy way of saying I was just taking care of me or doing what I need to do. So as I promised you guys, there's going to be some new videos, some new things going on. Some things I'm going to be talking about and sharing with you guys. I'm kind of moving more away from my social media as far as Facebook. I love Facebook. I use Facebook for groups and things like that. But as far as me being on Facebook, doing Facebook Lives, I'll do them here and there. But I'm going to use YouTube and Instagram as my main sources of communication. So be sure to find the link below to follow me over on Instagram. I do have two Instagrams because I have one for my business, which is the Mom Genius, and one for lifestyle or Life with Shayla TV. So be sure to follow me on the Life with Shayla TV so that you know all the haps. So today is Monday, and I'm just going to do kind of a montage and kind of pull all of the video together, which you'll be seeing this on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. And so I just got home not too long ago, had a semi-busy day. And when I say busy for me, it means I actually left the house because most of you guys know I'm pretty much a homebody. But I'm going to be leaving the house more than normal because I am actually going back to school for my nursing. And if you have just met me or if you have followed me from the Mom Genius community on over, then what you may not know about me is that I have always wanted to be a nurse. That was my passion, my love, ever since I was a little girl. I started off wanting to be a doctor, and I learned that doctors don't get to spend as much quality time with the patients as nurses do. And I have my camera turned a certain way, so I'm not even sure where to look to make it so I can see I'm looking to the side. But anyways, they don't get to spend as much quality time with the patients or clients or residents, depending on what type of facility you work in, if it's a hospital, home care, long-term care, or whatever it is. And I really want to give that love and attention and connection, the communication, that contact with the patients. And so nurses are the ones who do that. Also, nurses in their respective places know just they do as much as doctors when it comes to knowing the patient and giving that information to the doctor so the doctors can do their medically trained position. So a nurse is not a doctor, of course. But what I'm saying is they get what they need from the patient so they can relay it to the doctor. I've been in situations multiple times with my husband and other family members, even for myself, where the doctor comes in and he's reliant on that nurse to give him the information he needs, even to do certain procedures. I've had a doctor say, let me get my nurse because I don't know how to do that. And we all laughed, the doctor, me, my husband, everybody, because they just didn't know. There are some doctors who take more on hands-on approach initiative to things that nurses would normally do. My OB, she was like that. She knew how to do everything. And that's great. But there's a lot of doctors who just do, what doctors do, and, depending on that focus. And so I went back and forth about going to medical school. Didn't go back and forth long. Also about being a PA, which is a physician assistant. That's still not off the table. That's not off the table, but I won't be able to say for sure if that's going to be the path that I take until maybe a little bit down the line in my nursing school journey, because I'll have to decide on that crossroads closer to when I decide which master's level program that I'm going to go. So more of the videos that you're going to see are going to talk about my nursing school journey, what I'm doing right now, which is going to be a surprising shock to a lot of people, just kind of where I came from, how this transition in my life is going to go. As I told you guys in my very first video, well, my introduction video, that after 35, things started to change. My brain, my thought processes started to change, and I while very excited, am going through, I think, not a midlife crisis or a midlife change, but I'm going through some changes that didn't start to really take place until I hit about 35, 36. I am 37, and I feel that I am really starting to, just now at this late stage in the game, come into my own and who Shayla is and what it is that I want and expect to have out of life. And I think that's okay, but I do believe, and I've heard from friends and colleagues, peers and associates, bless you honey, that other people, women, have gone through and are going through the same phase, and they say it happens again at 40 or 45, and so who knew? You can't know it until you get there. You can only hear what other people say, but I never heard anybody talk about a change in the 30s. I always hear people talk about changes when they hit 40, because 40 is supposed to be that big milestone number. But like I said, I just turned 37 in November. We are now in the new year. So happy new year, by the way. It is January 7th today. And so, yeah, I've experienced some changes and some things, and not all bad. They really are for the good, but they take you, because it is a change, and change is not always comfortable. It takes you through the shift of unexpected things, right? And some people you've had to let go. I have a very close-knit circle at this point in my life. I don't keep a lot of friends. I have my core group of girlfriends, and all of them, every single one of them lives in a different state than I do. So we talk by phone. I don't really have girlfriends that I go hang out with and things like that, which sometimes I miss that. I do have a friend or two here that I probably could, but I just don't, because again, I'm a homebody. But anywho, I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up and let you guys know what's going on and what my immediate changes are. So I'm going to do a whole nother video and go deeper into why this is the path that I'm taking now, because a lot of you know me as an entrepreneur, and while I still do have a business, my main focus right now is going to be on me and what Shayla wants to do and what has been kind of resurfaced in my life now, and that is going back to school to become a nurse. What type of nurse and all of that, I will talk about that in more detail and in another video. But right now, based on a few factors, including if I decide to go to PA school, which is physician assistant school, if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna need some clinical expertise. Now, let me say, I have not worked outside of the home since like 2009. I've done some work at home stuff up until like 2015, but after that, I was running my business for the last 3 or so years full time. That's a whole nother story time, but I just have made some decisions here last year after some fortunate and unfortunate events, and decided to do a change. And really sit down and decide what I really wanted, what really would make me happy at this stage in my life. What was it that I felt that I was missing? Because I felt really, really sad for a while, and it wasn't depression, because I really checked in to see if it was sad to that level, but I was just really unhappy. And it just manifests itself as sadness and confusion and frustration. And so after some time, what I came to realize was I just wasn't happy with what I was doing in life at that point. And it wasn't that I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I was running a whole business, and had done very well for myself over the last 3 years in business, by multiple 6 figures in business, which is, a great accomplishment. But I really started to not like some things about how the business was going, and really the path for my life, and where I saw myself in the next year to 2 years to 5 years, and what I wanted overall for life. This includes my family, my husband, and my children. And so I decided to figure out what it is that I needed to do to make me happy and to be able to pursue life as I wanted to. And so going back to school for nursing was it. It is almost 7 in the morning, and you can tell by my eyes I have not been asleep. I've been up, confession, watching YouTube, but we did spaghetti for dinner. My husband actually cooked the spaghetti and made sure the girls got their clothes out for today because I have to go get my fingerprint today. So when I left you guys in the last cut of this video, I was telling you about my desire to go back to school for nursing, and I still don't know where my camera is because I have it turned sideways so it gets the long widescreen, I guess, view. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, it's like 7 in the morning. I do have on my nightgown, so if you see this again, you know it's because this is my sleeping shirt or whatever. But I just bought this at Walmart, and it was actually $3. It said $5, but it was $3, and that was like so exciting to me. I don't know why. So anywho, I decided to go back to school for nursing. It has always been my desire in my heart, but when I started off taking prereqs in 2004, I took like 1 semester, maybe 2. It was way harder than I thought, the prereqs, because I had not been in school for so long, and I literally had went from getting my GED to going to medical assistant school, which was a 8 to 11 month program. I went from night school to day classes, so the length of the program changes a little bit. Graduated that, and then took some time and went back, like 2 years off, and then went back to school. And so I went to the school that I thought was the best based on statistics, or not even statistics, based on hearsay, and it was pretty far out, and so the drive and the commute and all that was just horrible. And so yeah, I started going to a school closer, and all was well, I thought, but I had just become a mommy, hadn't been married very long, and was trying to balance all of these things. Had just gotten my CNA license, I should say, for the second time, because I had taken the CNA class before, but had gotten my actual state license, did the testing, the class, and all of that. And my baby girl was maybe 6 months old. This is kind of back to back to back. And so it was just a lot. And then I started working at the hospital on the ICU floor. And so medical has always been my experience, up until I started the work at home thing and got my business going and yada, yada, yada. But medical has always been my thing. Always wanted to be a nurse. Or a doctor, but a nurse definitely was my passion. And so now I'm back to that pursuit. Have a lot of things going on right now with this change, and part of the change that I see now going back to school after 10 to 13 years, because my oldest is 13. And I started this journey really full-fledged when she was like 6 months old. And so when I look at my transcripts and I cannot believe it's been 13 years, 10 years for some of the classes, but 13 years since I really started this journey, probably longer, but since I started this journey seriously to become a nurse. And so it's like, okay, here we are, full circle. Kids are a little bit older now. I have more freedom to move about. They don't need 24/7 attention from me. So I can go to school, whatever. But now the rules have changed. Nursing is so competitive when you go to apply. And so you need to have some type of clinical, like hands-on clinical, meaning hands-on with patients experience. And so I have not worked outside of the home since like 2009. And when I did work up until 2015, off and on, it was work from home. So getting back out into the work field. Yes, I said work field, a job. It hasn't been bad. It actually was an easy transition, not surprisingly, but happily. But I was nervous for a second because like I haven't worked there forever. And one thing I will say as a piece of advice, if I can give some in this video, is to always keep yourself hireable. Just meaning I had my CNA license and I didn't use it, so I didn't renew it. I let it expire. And there's a bunch of steps. You go to a 4 to 6 week class, longer in some situations if you're going part-time, to get your certification as a certified nursing assistant. You have to take a state board exam. It costs the money. The classes are like $600 to $900 depending on where you take it. It costs money to take the actual state test. Here in Washington, it's $110 to take the test. Then there's an actual licensing or registration fee you can do before that, so you can start. It's just a process, right? And it's money. And I told my husband, I said, never again will I let any license that I get, any certificates, anything from CPR and beyond, which you got to have all that too. You got to have HIV/AIDS training. Today I have to actually go get fingerprint done. But luckily, because you need to have 1 to 2 years of actual clinical experience for PA program, you need to have like 4,000 hours, between 2,000 and 4,000. Most competitive applicants have 4,000 hours. So that's basically 2 years of straight full-time work in the medical field, hands-on. It can't be like secretarial or clinical office in the doctor's office. It has to be like working with actual patients in a healthcare setting. So nursing home, hospital care, CNA, nursing, if you're already a nurse, actual medical assistant, giving injections, doing something. And of course, I'm not doing any of that by running a business and being at home. So I have decided to go back into the work field so that I can, 1, get my clinical hours, and 2, be more competitive when I apply for nursing and or PA school. So I was able to find an amazing opportunity at a group home. It's just 14 residents, and everybody's super nice. And I actually am just going to be working 4 days a week, which is pretty awesome. And it's 8-hour shifts. So I'm excited about that, but I'm going through the whole process of getting back to work. And so I had to go get a TB test because you have to have that before you can start, and it's a 2-step. So I have to go get it, go back, they check in, and then in another week I go back again, which was really strange to me. I had to ask for clarification like 4 times on that because I've done TBs and immunizations and all that. But yeah, so later on today, I will be going to get fingerprinted. And then there's I have a checklist of things I need to do. One being get my CNA again. So I gotta take the CNA licensing exam all over again. Like, this is just my life. And I know I'm probably rambling, but I'm just updating you guys on what I'm doing, what's going on. So as videos go on, I can share with you this journey as I go from being an entrepreneur to being an employee again, to pursuing my dreams. It's not even about entrepreneurship or being an employee, but that is kind of my path of transition. And I know that may be the reality for some of you, especially as 30 plus people. But the real deal is going after what you want. And I was worried, if I could be transparent, what would people think when I say I'm going back to work? Beyond the fact that I'm going back because I need the hours, plus I love the caregiving field. I love working with patients and clients. Every time I've done it, I've loved it. From the ICU to the medical assistant world in the office to the nursing home, even though it's hard, backbreaking work. I love working with, I love people and working with people. But I love the medical field, and it interests me, right? It gets my juices and my brain gets to flowing. But I was concerned about, like, what will people think? Yes, I still have a whole business. I do. But I've just decided to take only specific clients, and they have to be perfect clients. And then I have the Mom Genius School that I'm still working on a release opening date to release the program, to open it. But my focus now is on, what does Shayla need? What do I want to do that will make me happier, that will make me bolder, that will make me really use my purpose in life? I think I went through a phase and a stage of entrepreneurship, and that was for a time, and I believe I touched and helped a lot of people, touched a lot of women's lives, and helping them unleash their confidence and grow and be bold and do what they needed to do. But now it is definitely time for me to do that next phase, the next thing that makes me happy. And I believe this is the time. I wanted it so bad. I cried when I didn't get into nursing school both times. But I think it just wasn't my time, as bad as I wanted it. And I thought I would do nothing else. I didn't know what I would do. And then work at home. and entrepreneurship came along and I slayed it. And now I'm ready for the next phase in life. And so, yep, Shayla has a job and I'm going back to school and I'm excited. And I'm just really excited for what's to come. And I'm excited about nursing school, my timeline for applying, etc., etc. I'm going to share that all with you. But I'm really excited, and let's see what happens at 37, going back to school with 2 young children who are older but still young. I'm still homeschooling. Yes. We'll see what happens. But I'm still homeschooling, and I'm going to be working. I'm going to be taking prerequisites, science, hard courses, math. We'll see. So I just wanted to share and kind of catch you guys up, and hopefully my videos will become even more interesting now that the cat's out the bag. Pray for me. If you are having a transition or going through a transition or a similar period, or you get where I'm at, or you've been there, comment below and let me know what your transition is. What are you transitioning, or what are you wanting to transition to but are not yet feeling brave enough to do so? Let me know below. And remember, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Turn that bell on so that you get notifications of when my new videos come out every Tuesday. And as we go on, I can share more with you guys. Lots more coming up, and let's see where this journey takes us. See you next time. Bye for now.